everyone, Noreen here, and I'm back with the June 123 layout. I promised it wouldn't be the very last day of the month this month, and here I am. I am using the Creative Memories Made with Love collection for this layout. Great food themed collection with lots of kind of homespun, vintage, retro, recipe type patterns and icons. You'll find that there is a variety map pack, stickers, and of course the paper pack in this collection. And it's going to be great for lots of different photos, lots of different memory keeping, family barbecues, picnics, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm actually using the floral and bandana paper. And if you're not familiar with the 1, 2, 3 layouts, this is why we call it 1, 2, 3. We've got one piece of the double-sided pattern paper. We've got 2 pieces of cardstock, or again, you can use the 2 Creative Memories album pages and you can scrap right on those. And then we make the whole thing with just 3 cuts. So that's our 1, 2, 3 method. I'm definitely going to use some of these stickers, and I'm actually going to use a couple of the mats to write some recipes on. I'm enjoying kind of documenting some of our family food traditions with this kit. Now each month I create a sketch for you and a cutting guide, and I also put them together in a handy little printout that you can get, and you can access the link to the printout right below this video if you're watching it in YouTube, and of course in the original blog post you might be watching the video embedded in that blog post as well. This month we're actually going to be using the decorative trimmer, and we're going to kind of have a curvy or wavy cut, and I'm going to show you some alternate fixes for that if you don't have the decorative trimmer. But it has room for 5 photos, or in my case I'm going to replace 2 of the photos with some of the recipe cards. And again, you could certainly put your journaling in one of these spaces, or there's room for journaling depending on which kind of pattern paper you want to use. You might have room for journaling just down below. Okay. With the cutting guide this month, our 3 cuts are pretty straightforward. We're going to cut the piece of pattern paper at 6 inches to create 2 6 by 12 inch strips. We're going to stack them and then cut again at 1/2 inch so that we get 2 1/2 inch strips and 2 5.5 by 12 inch strips. We're going to leave the 2 5.5 by 12 inch strips stacked, and then we're going to switch to our decorative trimmer and make a curvy or wavy trim at about 2 inches. All right, so let's go ahead and get out our straight trimmer first. These cuts are fast. We get them done quickly, and then we put our layout all together. So first cut is at 6 inches. I'm going to stack the 2 pieces of paper. And we're going to cut again. I'm going to come in through this side because it's a little easier to hold the paper on the base of the trimmer. And our second cut is at 1/2 inch. So now we've got 2 1/2 inch strips that we're going to just set aside here. So we're going to take these 2 5.5 by 12 inch pieces out. We're going to keep them stacked, but we're going to switch to our 12 inch decorative trimmer. Now if you don't have the decorative trimmer, and you really should get it, by the way, it's fabulous, and I use it for quite a lot of edges and borders and all kinds of fun things. But if you don't have it, what you can do is just simply keep your paper stacked, take a pencil, and draw your curvy sort of freehand line, or maybe you can trace a template or something like that, and then just cut it out with scissors. Okay, but we're going to do it at about 2 inches, and it's not as exact measurement as the regular trimmer. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in through this side, and I'm going to line it up at 4, and then that will cut the wavy cut at about 2 inches. Okay, and just go slowly through both of your papers. Oh, I didn't quite get the top. Snip that. Does that count as an extra cut? I don't think so. Okay, So now we have all of our pieces. We've got our two 0.5 inch by 12 inch strips, our 2.5 inch by 12 inch strips, and approximately 3 inch by 12 inch. It's a little bit off just because of the actual waves and curls. But let's have a look at how all of these pieces are going to come together. Okay, so I'm just using plain white cardstock because the paper that I'm using has this nice bright red bandana pattern on one side. Okay, so I want those two on the bottom. Let's just look at our sketch again. So I've got the larger pieces on the bottom, and I'm going to flip over the 1/2 inch strips to trim that out. And again, I'm just kind of eyeballing it right now. And then my 2 remaining strips I'm going to turn over to the flower side, the contrasting side, and they're just going to go up at the top. So now I have a nice border at the top and the bottom. Again, you might just want to play around with which one goes on which side so that you get the best. Sorry, I'm all thumbs today, it seems. So you get the best possible match. That's a little bit better. Okay? Now, for this layout, I've got some photos of our homegrown apples from our backyard. I'm not too sure which one of these I'm going to use. I'm going to use the vertical here and at least 2 of these horizontal photos, maybe of my husband up in the apple tree, my husband and son picking up apples off the ground, or maybe I'm going to use the one that has the picture of all of our apples. I'm not sure yet. I always like to have a few out there. And then I'm actually going to use 2 of these cards. Now you'll see that the cards are a little bit bigger. The photos are 4 by 6, but these particular cards are 4.5 by 6.5, and they're great for matting and mounting pictures. You can see that would make a nice frame right there, but they are that little bit of extra size. But I'm going to use them as 2 recipe cards. I'm going to put them over to the side here, and I'm going to write a couple of different apple recipes on there. Keep them in our scrapbook. And then I'm going to have room for the title over here along with an embellishment. And I think lots of these are going to be great. Maybe that homemade one, or, you know, from the kitchen of. And of course, even some of these lovely little flowers will be nice. I think I might add a contrasting banner up here. There's a lot of kind of yellow flowers right there right now. So I think I might add one of these red flags to just kind of cover that up. See how that goes. And yeah, and then an embellishment here and an embellishment here. So that's going to come together very quickly. I'll make sure to show you the finished layout at the end of the video here. Also, of course, I'd love it if you give me a like, a little thumbs up. Leave a comment. I love to hear those. And subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any videos. Thanks very much for joining me today. As always, I so appreciate the time you spend with me. Take care, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.